As you can see behind me, we've woken up to a mist-filled day. It's about 6 a.m. Sun has just come up behind all this mist, and we're going to head down out of the property into a valley where there's a dam that apparently hasn't been fished in quite a long time. So it's a bit of a secret. Not going to share the directions with you guys, but we're going to go catch a trout, and I've decided I'm going to try and do a Gravlax. Well, not try, I've done it before. Trout Gravlax, and I'll show you exactly how to do that once we've got the trout in the bag. Okay, catch up with you guys now. Okay, there we go. We've located the dam behind me, as you can see. It looks like a beautiful, very stunning dam. Apparently not very many people fish here. I'm gonna rig up the fly rod and give it a bash. And the mist are surrounding us. In the mist is we can hear the baboons screaming or calling. So it's quite a spectacular area. We've just driven down a valley, and yeah, that's what we found. It's absolutely beautiful. In the heart of the Midlands in the Dargle Valley, we're gonna put a couple of woolly buggers to the test. Let's get the fly rods out. Runs through it, but it's good. Let's go catch a trout. For these freshwater areas, we use a 5-weight rod, and this is a 3-piece 5-weight. I'm using a floating line, so I'm going to fish over the weed beds with the black and peacock woolly bugger, my favorite fly. Can't always produce the results. All right, we've given up at the dam in the valley. It's not ideal to fish on foot, just simply because it's very reedy, and we didn't bring our flow tubes. So we're back onto the district road now. It's 9:15 in the morning, and it's just a blanket of mist covering this whole beautiful landscape. Did I mention that it's a fine 8 degrees outside, so it's nice and freezing cold. Exactly what the trout like. We are in September, so it's spring. It's supposed to be a bit warmer than this. We did have a cold front come through yesterday. But now we're going to find ourselves another trout dam, and hopefully get ourselves that trout that's been quite elusive at the moment. And there's a trout dam to our left. I just saw the sign. Okay, there we go. There's a dam. You can hear the ducks in the background. It's a beautiful little dam, and apparently well stocked. So we're going to give it a whirl here. Beautiful thing about the Dargle Valley, all these little dams and little farms everywhere. Animals. Gravlax is an old Scandinavian recipe. Back in the days before fridges and freezers, it was how they used to pack the meat in salt, or the fish, usually with salmon. I'm doing it with trout this time, but it's usually done with salmon, and it's a way of preserving the meat. In fact, they used to stack it outdoors and then stack rocks on top of it to force more moisture out of the meat, to make it more like I guess, it goes kind of like biltong. There we go. I've just hooked into a lovely rainbow trout. There we go. Okay, it's going to be our Gravlax. There we go. You can see he ate that woolly bugger, and you can see by the bottom jaw, this hook jaw, that it's a male, and have a look at that rainbow on the side. Stunning fish. And that's our first trout for the morning. Okay, there we go. Like I said, that's a male fish, and yeah, stunning, what they would call a cock rainbow trout, or a male. And yeah, the overhead conditions nice and cool, just misty, so I'm just going to leave him up on the grass here. I'll do the humane thing and just knock him out with a priest, and then that's going to make a delicious Gravlax later today. Back at the cabin. It's a nice little cabin nestled in the forest, in the Doggle Valley. I'm going to now clean and prepare this rainbow trout and make a Gravlax with it. The fish has been gutted, gills out. Now I'm going to take off the fillet, and then we're going to turn that into a Gravlax. So basically we're just going to cut behind his head. As you can see, I've started the incision there. Just going to come behind the bottom fin and just cut it off. You can actually hear the knife sliding down right against the backbone. And that's where you want to be, to get as much meat off the bone as you can. So that's the fillet off, and we're just going to quickly do it to the other side. There we have the two fillets. Here we're just going to debone this one, just going to take the bones off. And we're just going to go gently right up against that back. You can actually feel the knife sliding against the bones. And we have take the whole rib cage out, and then just trim it down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Gravlax it first. The Gravlaxing takes out all the moisture, gives the meat all that lovely flavour, firms the meat up tremendously. Gravlax is a Scandinavian thing. Back in the day, before, well, they still do it, but it started off as obviously to preserve fish, salmon in fact. We're doing it with trout, a pretty close relative to the salmon. And basically what it is it's coarse salt. In this case I'm doing a beetroot Gravlax. I'm using grated beetroot, some dill, salt. You can use schnapps. Schnapps is the traditional. I'm using vodka, and this is actually passion fruit vodka. And then you also use some sugar, but trying to keep it healthier. So we're going to use some honey just to sweeten it up a bit. Okay, so just combine everything into the bowl. This is just dry dill that I'm using because I couldn't get any fresh dill. Just a squirt of honey in there. And then about a tot of vodka.
Or two.
Or 2 tots. I never measure anything. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel a beetroot, or 2, probably peel 2 of them. I'm just going to mix that beetroot through all the salt. Just going to put it on the fish. What I've done is I've lined a tray with some tin foil, and then we're going to put a tablespoon or 2 of this down. Spread it out. Salt is going to draw all the moisture out of this fish. I'm going to put the skin side down onto the Gravlax, or onto the, I suppose you call that Gravlax. Skin side down once more. And then we're going to chuck this on top. And like I was saying, what it does is the salt sucks all the moisture out of the fish. The beetroot gives it color. So that's the last time you're going to see this fish looking sort of pale. We just want to cover it completely in this. And this is going to salt the fish. Like I said, take out all the moisture. And once you take this coating of Gravlax off, you just rinse the meat And you thinly slice it, and you can eat it on crackers. You can enjoy it whichever way you like. You don't have to, you don't cook it. Okay, that's it. Last little bit and the last little bit covered. This is truly a labor of love. So this is going to take about 2 days to be cured. What we're going to do now is just going to wrap it in tin foil. It's going to go into the fridge here. And then we are going to transport it back to our home. And in 2 days' time, we're going to slice this thinly and have it with some Scandinavian rye crackers, all homemade of course. And I'm going to raid my veggie garden at home, my organic vegetable garden at home, for some carrots and whatnot, and some broccoli florets. And we're going to have a lovely, healthy smorgasbord of deliciousness. We're back home in Belito, out of the Drakensberg. And I've got that Gravlax Trout Day 3 in the tin foil. We're just going to open that up. And we're going to take the fillets out. See, it's gone quite stiff. We're just going to rinse off the salt in a dish of water. Just put it on a towel to dry. You can see what the beetroot's done has been given that bright red color, pink color, and the salt has dried it out. You can see it's quite stiff. No cooking required. Those two fillets are completely preserved. Alright, so we're just going to take that and we're going to pat the fillets dry. Could have maybe gone 1 day less. Now we're going to take the skin off. Just get under there, onto the skin, and you just drag the skin. So there's a line of bones that runs just 2/3 of the way up. You just locate the bone with the tweezers, and grab it, and pull it out. Obviously now that it's dry, it's a bit more difficult. A little bit of a labor of love, so it's a bit labor intensive, but it's worth it in the end. Okay, so there we go, we got the bones out of there. Okay, let's take that and just shave pieces off. Have a look at that. Let's give it a taste. That's delicious. That's really good. And that you can eat. I'm going to show you what a Scandinavian rye cracker looks like. I'm going to make a little snack patch quickly. Follow me outside. I'm going to grab some ingredients out of my garden quickly. Okay, so this is my little organic veggie patch. I grow it all organically, no pesticides. The soil's organic. So I'm going to grab a cucumber. There we go. Here's one cucumber. Maybe a bunch of spring onions. Then we got some. We're going to do some carrots. Some fresh carrots. There you go. Not the biggest, but those are the juicy, delicious, sweet ones. And maybe some strawberries. Let's see how many strawberries we have here. A couple of strawberries. Some dill. Grab a handful of dill. And I think that's it. And there you go. That is a snack platter of note. And you see what we've done here is we've created, with one small trout, it wasn't the biggest trout, we've actually created an entire meal for a family really, because you're going to have these Scandinavian rye flour crackers. These are made with rye flour and water basically, and this is organic rye, and you're going to basically just make yourself an absolutely delicious little snack. Crunchy, delicious. Let's give it a bash. That is good. I've done this before with salmon, and the trout, it's actually worked very well with trout too. So if you want to create like a nice little snack platter like that, give it a bash.